Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shemel Shah. Double lines to the Apostles GMS. This is Anna Allah coming at you with another video. And in this video, I want to be focusing on the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. So let's get right to it. Because this is a scripture that's often quoted, not just by people in the truth, but just people throughout the world. So let's touch the scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now let's go to that word advantage in the Greek. See what that means.
Strong's G 4122, pleonekteo.
Pleonekteo. To have more or greater part or share, to be superior, excel, surpass, have an advantage over, to gain or take advantage of another, to overreach. View interest as literally to seek to get more. So it doesn't give us that much. So let's go on Google. This is the word advantage from Oxford Languages. A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position. So if Satan has an advantage over you, he's in a favorable position. He managed to outwit you, to outsmart you. Look at the word outwit. Outwit. Deceive or defeat by greater ingenuity. Go to Cambridge University. Cambridge Dictionary. Outwit. To get an advantage over someone by acting more cleverly and often by using a trick. So when you get an advantage over when you outwit someone, you have advantage over them by acting more cleverly, often by using a trick. 2 Corinthians 2:11. That Satan should get an advantage of us or outwit us through trickery, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So you can't let Satan outwit you. You can't let Satan trick you. You see, because the word Satan means adversary. And another word for Satan is devil, which devil means deceiver. So Satan can get an advantage over you by outwitting you, by tricking you, by deceiving you. For we are not ignorant of his devices. Meaning we're not ignorant of his methods. We're not ignorant of Satan's strategies.
Strong's G50, agnaeo.
Agnaeo. To be ignorant, to not know, to not understand, unknown, to err or sin through mistake, to be wrong. So we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. I'm going to go to the word devices. I want the word ignorant.
Strong's G 3540, naima.
Naima. A mental perception, thought, and evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, thoughts, or purposes. So it just means thought. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices or Satan's thoughts or Satan's the strategies that Satan thinks of. So we're not ignorant of Satan's methods, of Satan's strategies. You may not know every method, but we're not ignorant of his methods. He can come in various ways. That's why you got to stay in the scriptures. If you're not in the scriptures, then you can be overcome by Satan's strategies and by Satan's methods. Because when you read the scriptures and you in tune with the scriptures, you see all of the different things that Satan can do to get a person to go off. All things that he has done in the scriptures, certain historical events in the Bible, where Satan was able to get men to go off. You know? 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, meaning be clear-minded, be vigilant, meaning to be aware, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So that's one example of Satan's strategies. He's like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So Satan is what? Like a lion walks across the plains of Africa, looking for gazelle and different types of animals to eat, hiding in a thicket, hiding behind a tree, crouching down, trying to blend in, camouflage. That's how Satan is. The lion is using deceit, blending in, so that his prey can't spot him. Crouching down low so his prey can't see him. Moving real quiet so the prey can't hear him. And he's like a roaring lion. The lion doesn't necessarily have to roar, but a roaring lion is just a representation of an animal that's aggressive. Because if a lion's hunting, it's being real quiet. Okay. Lions can also roar to instill fear. So be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking them about, seeking whom he may devour. That's what the lion does. It goes about seeking whom it may devour, and that's Esau. So that's an example of one of the things, not Esau, excuse me, that's one thing that Satan does. He's like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So now you know that you got to be sober, meaning clear-minded. You got to be vigilant, meaning clear-minded, meaning you got to think about this word, this truth. You got to be vigilant, meaning you got to be aware. Because Satan's like a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. So those gazelles, those ostriches, those giraffes, those other animals, they're not really aware. They're not aware. And what happens? The lion pounces upon them and goes for their neck and kills them and eventually devours them. So we got to be clear-minded. So those animals aren't clear-minded. They may be eating grass. You know, they're not vigilant. They aren't vigilant. They aren't aware. And if you notice, the lions prey like a zebra, gazelles, giraffes, those type of animals. They have eyes almost like on the side of their head, like, so that they could see, so that they could be able to spot the predators that's trying to attack them. But they're still not vigilant. They're still not aware. So we gotta be clear-minded. Not like those animals that's eating grass and the lion pounces upon them. We gotta be vigilant. Always be aware looking. Even when you watch those animals at the watering hole in Africa, they drinking up the water, but you see them looking left, you see them looking right. We gotta be like that spiritually. So you always gotta be in tune with the scriptures. You gotta know in your mind when when Satan is attacking you. That's not being ignorant of his devices. Understanding the different methods and strategies in which Satan can tempt you. And it's easier said than done. Job 1:7. And Yahweh Shemel Shah said unto Satan, and whence comest thou? So the Most High said to Satan, Satan, where are you coming from? Then Satan answered Yahweh, the Most High, and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So Satan's going to and fro throughout the earth and walking up and down in it. We read 7:7 to that in 1 Peter 5:8, seeking whom he may devour. So Satan is going all throughout the earth. In other words, all throughout the world, Satan's spirit is upon people, seeking whom he may devour, seeing who can get to go off, seeing who can get to sin, seeing who can get to tempt. He's doing that all over the world. So guess what? Satan's not just tempting you and other brothers that's in the truth. He's tempting people in general, all over the world, the people that you encounter. So you always got to take heed of that. You always got to have in mind that Satan is tempting people. This is an example of Satan not getting an advantage over us, not being able to outwit us, to outsmart us, to deceive us through trickery, tempting us to do something, making us think it's the right thing, but it's really the wrong thing. Here's an example, Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So Satan tried to even use the scriptures. That's an example of Satan trying to make himself look like he's an angel of light. He has the ability to take that which is evil and portray it in a good light. Satan's not going to come up to you like in a red suit with horns. In other words, he's not always going to make it obvious. He's going to do certain things to outwit you, to trick you, to make you think that which is evil is good, to think that which is good is evil. All right? But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Most High. That's how I responded. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and sitteth him upon the pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee. So Satan said, if you really the Son of the Most High, jump off this, jump off. Jump off. Jump off. Go ahead. You're on top of the temple, jump off. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee. So the angels are going to protect you. And in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against the stone. So the angel's going to help you up, lest at any time you fall. Lest at any time you stumble and you hurt yourself. They're not going to let you hurt yourself. No, that's not going to happen. The angels are going to protect you. Jump off. Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. So that's what Satan does. That's one of his devices. He'll come at you with the scriptures. He'll have you looking at a scripture and try to look at a scripture to justify something that you're doing that's wrong and make you think that is right. And we know this situation, well, we know that this situation happened with Paul. Paul did do this, or Peter did do that, or King David did do this, or Moses did do that. And, they greater than me, so, and they still of the Lord. They still the Most High's men. So, I should be able to do that too. You try to find a way to justify it. No, that's Satan getting an advantage over you. He's outwitting you. Well, this happened on the Sabbath in the scripture, and we under grace, so, I could do this. The scripture, Satan, how you doing that? Looking to the scriptures, yeah, we under grace, and then you going off. You should have going off because deliberately sinning, thinking that you could do that because you're under grace. But you would know the other scripture that says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? You're ignoring that one. See, that's Satan deceiving you. You're trying to use the scripture to justify something that's wrong. But you're forgetting the other scriptures that tell you what you're supposed to do in that situation. See? You're forgetting that scripture that counteracts what you think that other scripture is talking about. So with that, I'm going to close. I'm going to say, all praise to Yahweh Shem Rashah. A short lesson. Keep going. Verse 8, again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So he used the scriptures to cut Satan, and Satan departed from him. And as you can see, he tried to offer Yahushua material things. He said he mentioned about the stones being made to bread, turned into bread. Why? Because Yahushua was fasting 40 days and he was hungry. So he tried to tempt him with food. Didn't work. Yahushua used the scriptures against him. Man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. So we just don't live by we just don't live by actual bread, food, but also through the words of the Lord, the Spirit. That's just our spiritual nourishment. So we also gotta worship the Most High in spirit and in truth. And since he's on a fast, he is honoring the Most High. He's putting his body in a state of affliction, being hungry. And it's not food that's sustaining him, rather it's the spirit of the Most High. Then after that, he tempted them to jump off the temple. The angel's going to protect you. So then he tempted them, telling them, oh, do this. The angel of the Lord going to protect them. So now he's tempting them another way. By saying, oh, hey, you can jump over this. You're not going to die. The angel of the Most High protect you. So that's like a person saying, well, I can go and do this. The Most High going to protect me. In other words, he's telling him to do something that's detrimental to his own self, because the angel is going to protect him from truly being harmed. That's another thing. Another way he tempted him. Making you think that you could do something that's really detrimental to yourself and think, well, the Most High going to have mercy on me. I can do this. Try to tempt the Lord that way. And the Lord said, listen, man, don't tempt the Lord thy power. In other words, you don't tempt the Most High by putting yourself in no situation like that. Jumping off the temple. What's wrong with you? Cut him with the scripture. Then he took him to a high mountain and said, showed him all of the different kingdoms throughout the world, even America, all of the kingdoms throughout the world. If you fall down and worship me, you're going to have all of it. So he tempted him with material things, status. And the Lord said, what? Thou shalt worship the Most High, and with him only shalt thou serve. See how was using the scriptures against them. You know? So he had quoted when he mentioned about living by bread alone, not living by bread alone, that's Deuteronomy 8:3. Then he mentioned thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. That's Deuteronomy 6:16. And when he said thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, him only shalt thou serve, that's Deuteronomy 6:13. I'm not gonna go into the scriptures, due to the interest of time. But y'all can look that up. So with that, I'm going to close and say, oh, praise to Yahweh Bashem Shah. That belongs to the Apostle GMS. I hope you brothers learned something. Shalom.